All right, so the conversation tonight is still about the 2023 general elections. The chairman of the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Wale Jibrin, is insisting that, based on his earlier statements that the PDP cannot produce a president, national chairman, and BOT chairman, all from the north for the 2023 presidential elections, he says that the PDP is a democratic and national party that caters for all Nigerians, and as BOT chairman, he must say the truth and nothing but the truth, no matter anyone's criticism. Well, that's our talking point tonight. My guest is joining from our Kano studio. He is former governor of Jigawa State and chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, His Excellency Sule Lamido. Your Excellency, good evening.
Hi, Terry. Good evening.
Let's pick up from the statement from the BOT chairman. He seems to be siding with the narrative that the North seems to be dominating the leadership positions in the PDP. The presidential candidate is from the North. The BOT chairman is from the North, as well as the national chairman, and that's one of the demands of the Nyesom Wike camp. How do you see this playing out? Because it seems that he believes that the national chairman should go.
Well, thank you, Terry. It's a very, very difficult conversation today in Nigeria because issues are being defined by emotions and sentiments, not based on really what is going through in Nigeria. This country is going through a lot of difficulties, insecurity, lack of employment. I mean, everything almost wrong with Nigeria. We should be talking about those issues first, not about, who is where and who is coming from where. This is my feeling. And so the chairman, in his own wisdom, that's his own view. But then you see, maybe he's forgotten that, in 2007, when we had Erdogan as the candidate for the presidency, we had also Ahmad Ali from the same zone as the chairman of the party. And the difference between the chairman, between the candidate and the president of Nigeria. So at that time, we say fair enough, after the election, if PDP win the election, then of course, naturally, this position will swap. So I don't see any particular reason why we should go into kind of, debate about, who is why, who is that. We are now facing elections. Election a country where things are very, very bad. We should be more focused on how do you unite, how do you create, harmony between brother and but then not, creating division. In which way will this division now help us win the election? In which way? So I think, to me, we have history of this party, and it has done so much for Nigeria in the last 25 years. We should not be indulging in this kind of division, especially from the chairman of the BOT, because he there is a symbol of Nigeria, not a symbol of division in Nigeria. He's a national symbol. If there's any problem, they should convene a meeting of the party, and then we'll discuss this issue. But then going to the air, talking about injustice and unfairness I don't think, is within the purview of an office. I don't think so. So,
but where do you stand on this issue? What do you think is the way out? Yes, the committee has started meeting, but what's the way out? Because it would seem that that's a demand from the Wike camp. Do you think that the national chairman should go?
Excuse me. You see, this party, like all other parties in Nigeria, has got its own constitution, its own, norms, its own guidelines. And if you look at the procedure of producing candidate in Nigeria under the PDP, right from the councillorship to the chairmanship, to the member house of assembly, the governor, national assembly, there are specified rules and regulations. And it is the congresses at the world level which will produce these officers. And in those congresses, people contest for councillorship. Some win, some lose. The same thing with chairmanship. One will win, others will lose. The same thing with governorship. So what is the big deal about this issue about, convention and the Wike? Which Wike? I mean, what is the issue? To me, who offended Wike? Who offended him? This is what, I mean, what is the problem? What is the issue? There is no issue there. There was a convention of the party, in Abuja, where Atiku emerged as the candidate, and the Wike, by his own testimony, saying, it was credible, it was transparent, it was okay. So what's the big deal here? What is the problem here? Who offended who there? I want to know first, because before you talk about division, I want to know why I bring Wike as an issue here. Why is Wike an issue here? I want to know.
You don't think that Wike is an issue? I feel the presidential candidate of your party thinks it's an issue, and that's why he's agreed to set up a committee to sort this out. But then, what are the dangers of going into the 2023 election for your party without this reconciliation?
Now, listen, get this very, very clear. Those who met are simply well-wishers. Those who met are not, somebody from the party or from the candidate. They are well-wishers of both Atiku and Wike. That's all. I mean, those who went there, they are on behalf of PDP. They are not. Now they are there on behalf of anybody. They are simply well-wishers. And so the convention produced a candidate who won the primaries. All right? Now, if there's any offense, it is the convention which offended Wike, not Atiku, not anybody, not party chairman. It is the convention. Now, if you say now the convention which produced you as a governor on 2 occasions, which produced also his current candidate for governorship and other places in River State, then it means there's a problem. So the issue, what are the issues? Nobody has been offended by anybody. It is the function of the Congress and the convention to produce candidates, and they've done so. Why are you keep on talking about Wike? I want to know really.
Are you saying that the presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar did not set up a committee in tandem with Wike's camp to reach a settlement?
To get this straight, there are people who are well-wishers, who want to make sure that there is peace in PDP. They're not there for PDP or for anybody. They're simply there for Atiku as a person, not as candidate of the party. To make sure they know if there's anything between the two, then they should require. But then they are not there on behalf of PDP. Similarly, Wike is a PDP man. All right? He can simply get out of the PDP and say, I want to reconcile. Reconcile with who? Who offended who? How?
Well, then what's your understanding of what's going on, and how do you suggest that it should be resolved?
We should simply move on, we should go by our party constitution, our party culture and traditions, and move on talking, move on and campaign for the presidency. Those who are now ranting and talking are simply talking because they are in the position. Remove the office from those people who are talking. They'll simply come to my own level. I was a former governor. All of the governor also missed some notes, but they removed the office from them. All of them, those who are talking, remove the office, they'll come to my own level as an ordinary person, former governor. That's all. If the office talking, the cameras, the neon lights, the paraphernalia, it's the office, not the personality. Remove the office. Remove it.
But then,
they come to their own natural level.
But are you not concerned about the numbers in Rivers State, the voting population in Rivers State? Let's say that this reconciliation process doesn't go through. Are you worried about what this would mean for your party if your party cannot win in Rivers State? Or are you confident that Governor Nyesom Wike will not leave the party or work against the party?
Jerry, I'll tell you, sorry, with all respect to you, you see, Wike is an individual. I don't think, because he's the governor there, he has total monopoly and control over Rivers. He hasn't got it. He's only speaking because he's a bluff. Rivers people are people who are also in their own right in PDP, in their own right. They are there in 1999 when he joined. They are there when he was the council chairman. So they've been there with him. Therefore, he can simply, because he's not a governor, appropriate the authority, he's going to be their emperor. It can't work. Out of us, look, go to Akwa Ibom. Go to Akwa Ibom. There's a governor there. Go to any other state. There is a Wike in every part of Nigeria who are governors. Everywhere there's a governor, there's a Wike. Therefore, if the office of the governor talking fair enough, but then those personalities, are so much sure there are something they will not say. So, please leave Wike alone. He has the right to do whatever he wants. He can give order on people. If the people in Rivers are enslaved to him, they are his own slave. And therefore, he can control. Fair enough, he's the emperor. Let him give the order. But then you see, right now, if you go to Rivers, there are 13 candidates for the governorship in Rivers State. And it was Wike who imposed the current candidate. And nobody questioned that. The other are there screaming, complaining. But then he said, look, I saw you on TV the way he was talking, and I felt a little bit worried the way he was talking because he was too bombastic. I will not allow this. I will not allow this. Which one will not allow? This country called Nigeria is not for one individual, It's a country which was founded, on some principles, and the PDP stands for something uniquely different from other political parties. And it is producing a former president, about 3 former presidents. How many governors? I mean, in the next 8 months, we can go and be in the same political dustbin like me. In the same political dustbin of former governors.
Your Excellency.
Those who are talking now. Yes.
Your Excellency, let's leave this Wike issue and talk about the numbers now. There are those who believe that your party stood a chance against the APC if it had kept Peter Obi, who is now gathering the numbers. And there are those who believe as well that the PDP cannot do anything without a coalition to oust the APC. What do you say to that?
You see, people can say anything based on their opinion. What I'm saying, go state by state, go to Lagos, and how relevant are other political parties in Lagos State. Go to Oshun, go to Ogun, go to Rivers, go to Sokoto, go to Jigawa, go all over Nigeria, and then pick the sense there. What are the issues there in those states? How are the people there talking? You don't simply lump Nigeria, as one thing because say one person or that people are saying so. No, I mean, if you go to Sokoto, if you go to Akwa Ibom, ask them in Akwa Ibom, where are they going for? They're going to vote for PDP because they've got their own emperor and governor. They go to Bayelsa. So you see, when you begin to narrow this into a personality, it will diminish and also demeans the PDP. A PDP is too important, too big an organ to be diminished by anybody. It has produced so many leaders. Those who are talking now were PDP's invention. They were PDP's discovery. They are our own creation. So what the first?
All right, Your Excellency, as we look towards the 2023 elections, what areas do you think that the PDP should prioritize if it wants to win the elections next year?
Today in Nigeria, the government of APC has been there for 8 years. Has simply done our own campaign for us. Because in every sector of the country, either in the economy or in security or corruption, social services, everything they failed. So our biggest campaign manager is APC. That's all. Go to any village, ask them, what's your problem? They say APC. Go anywhere, what's your problem today? It's APC. So APC are our own campaign organizer, our own campaign director, our own everything because we are going to win. That's why I don't fear no election at all. APC has destroyed Nigeria and the people are yearning for PDP government because it has got the experience, it has got the background, it has got the material, the institutions to save Nigeria.
Are there states, just beyond the presidential election, are there states that you're confident that the PDP could reclaim in 2023? And could you support that with certain facts or figures if you have?
No, the figures are you and me. The figures are Nigerians. I'm asking you, are you happy now? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel secure? Can you drive? Can you dare come to Abuja and go to Kaduna by road? Can you do it? I mean, you are our people. Your people are there to say, yes, what I'm going through to as an individual, as a person, in terms of my own personal well-being, my own security, whatever. I am the person now who is suffering. So you are also campaigning for me because you know what I'm going through. You know it.
Your Excellency, I'd like to thank you for finding time to speak with us today and also apologize for the inconvenience you had to go through yesterday caused by the erratic network. But thank you very much for returning today.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much. Good to see you.